What's up, everybody? Youth1 Football Director here, Ryan Oliver, and today I am joined by one of 2024's elite young athletes. I'm talking about Rahshan LaMons. Rahshan, thank you for joining me. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Rahshan, I've been following you since you were about, I think, sixth grade, and think I first saw you at Next Gen's The Show, and you've been doing your thing since then. You were named to our Elite 101. Rahshan, first and foremost, I want to ask you how you and your family are doing with the craziness with the COVID situation. How are you guys holding up?
You're doing well, just trying to stay quarantined, be as stable as possible, and just
Yeah.
chill out.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you guys are safe. I wanted to get that out the way before we dived into the football stuff. Like I mentioned, you were named to our Elite 101, which means that you were one of the elite athletes in your class. I believe that you came in at the 43 spot. Tell me a little bit about what it says about your game to be named to that type of list and what it felt like to receive that recognition.
It felt great because just being ranked among as many athletes as there are in the nation, it was a great experience just to see my name up there in the top 50, and it was a blessing.
Yeah, and what does it say about your game? I know the work that you put in off the field to be as talented as you are, and you obviously have the natural ability. What does it say about your game and the work that you've put in?
Just that I put a lot of work in and work on my game and my creativity a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And Rahshan, you're an athlete that makes plays all over the field. I've seen firsthand. You do it in any open field space. You're going to make plays. You can line up at receiver. You can do it out the backfield. You even play defensive back on defense. What's your favorite position to play?
I never really had a favorite position. I just love playing defense, playing offense, everything.
For sure. And I remember the first time I saw you when you were in sixth grade, you were the smallest kid on the field. And naturally, you kind of think, you kind of have this bias that, like, oh, well, he's smaller, so maybe he won't be as good. And I remember the first play I saw you make, you were faking people out and people that are a lot bigger than you. And I was like, okay, this is a kid that I should not underestimate. And then ultimately, every time I've seen you in person, you're one of the best players on the field. You've been named to the all show teams when you're at the show. I believe you've won MVP, at the show and that type of thing as well. You've been Team USA, all types of accolades and stuff. Um, I know you have big goals for yourself. What are you doing in terms of like, what are you working on to like improve your game? And I want to also know what some of your long-term goals for yourself are.
Well, right now I'm really trying to be like more explosive and like body control. So I'm really trying to just work on everything, my speed, getting out of your break faster,
Right.
and that's really it. I just try to do everything, just because you can always be better than what you are now. So.
For sure. And tell me a little bit about what your long-term goals are for yourself in terms of your football career.
Uh, I really want to be in the Army All American Bowl. That's one of them. I want to be this year. I want to be part of the FBU Freshman All American, part of that team. Uh, the Under Armour game. I want to do that too. And yeah, that's really right now. That's really what I'm trying to focus on.
Yeah, those are awesome, awesome goals that you have in front of you, and you're making that transition to high school now. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you do kind of on that stage. I know that if anyone underestimates who they're playing, you're gonna run circles around them. So I'm looking forward to following you going forward. For someone that hasn't seen you play, Rahshan, tell us in your own words what your strengths are on the field.
I'd probably say like how I read the defense, uh, the way I could kind of like understand the defense, control it, my playmaking ability, probably just my natural athletic ability
Yeah.
probably helps you out the most, and just being able to understand the game as well as I do.
Yeah, and the one of your strengths in my eyes is like the natural versatility that you have to play multiple positions and to just make an impact. That's the thing about football, and at the end of the day, you're trying to make an impact on on your team and that type of thing. And you're that guy that you don't need to line up in a specific spot to have an impact. You'll make an impact wherever you're placed. Rahshan, what attributes would you say that you bring to your team's locker room?
Excitement, sometimes a chill, sometimes a confident. Uh, I have a lot of them that I could come in and I could just try to make people happy, make them excited for the game, just be humble, try to do everything.
Yeah, and I've seen firsthand you have kind of like a galvanizing personality. You're just like a fun guy to be around, and I've seen that at camps and stuff. I've seen you. It kind of rubs off on your teammates because you just have that fun personality, and I think that that's like leadership in a way in itself because you're just out there having a good time playing the sport that you love. And I know you're competitive. By no means am I saying you're not. I'm just saying that you have a very fun personality and it rubs off on your teammates, and I think that that is a really great attribute that you bring to your team's locker room, and it translates on the field with your play. So I want to ask you a little bit about your background playing football. How long have you been playing football, and is it something you want to make a professional career one day?
I've been playing football since I was 4. So this would be my eighth, ninth year playing football. So really been playing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would love to make this sport my professional sport and just got there and play the sport that I love for a long time.
Do you have anybody whose game that like a professional, or it could be, it doesn't have to be professional, but someone you model your game after, someone you kind of look up to?
I try to model my game after like Saquon with the explosiveness, and then probably like more of an Alvin Kamara to be versatile and be able to be put anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, that totally makes sense. I want to ask you a little bit about some of your off the field stuff. I want to ask you, what are some things that you're interested in that aren't football related?
Lacrosse, that's one of my major things. I love playing lacrosse.
Wow,
And then probably like I love my favorite subject is math. So like anything that involves math, I love doing. So
that's really cool, man. Tell me a little bit more about lacrosse. I'm curious, what position do you play?
right now I play midi, so I'm more like this. You gotta run up and down the field.
Yeah, that's awesome. I used to play long stick midi back in my high school days, so that's awesome. I always liked lacrosse. It's like a really underrated sport. I always thought
Yeah.
it was a really fun sport. Well, I want to ask you also, before a big game, what is in your headphones to get you excited about making a big play out there? Who's in your headphones?
Well, I have a lot of them. I probably sometimes it's just sometimes I just be grooving. So I listen like I put on like a Boys to Men, probably try to calm myself down. Then sometimes I probably put on like probably an A boogie. I don't know. But I just whatever is in my mind that day, it just comes out and then it's just from there. So I probably put music on that try to keeps me as calm as possible. Try to keep me from not being nervous but excited about the game.
Right.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, I love the fact that you said boys to men, correct?
Yes.
I love that answer. That's so good. Usually the answer is Lil Baby or NBA Youngboy. So I really like that, boys to men, and that's like not even your generation. So that's such a great answer. I really like that answer. And A Boogie's a great answer as well. That really caught me off guard. Boys to men. Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's really awesome. Well, back to football for my last question. Is there anything, well, let me phrase it like this. Is there a most memorable moment that you've had thus far in your young career? I know you've been named to the All Show team, you've been named to the Elite 101, FBU, all types of accolades. I could just run them down. But is there a most memorable moment for you?
Probably was when I was 10, my 10U team, Kent County Stallions. It was our championship game, and there's 2 minutes left in the game. We was down by 10, and we just found a way to come back, and make the game exciting, and we won that. That's probably one of them, but probably my best memorable moment was against the Little Wildcats this year. When we played, I had a 82-yard kickoff that just turned the game around, and it just changed everything.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have a lot of accolades and memorable moments ahead of you. And you already have a bunch in your career. You're a playmaker on the field. So it's no surprise to me that the play that you're talking about you made turned the game around. And that's awesome. Rahshan, I really appreciate your time. I want you to tell people where they can find you on social media and that stuff if they want to, follow you and your progress.
So my Twitter is Rahshan La, Rahshan, and then capital LA. My Instagram is Lil Motivate 21. 21 is before the N. And then, yeah, that's all.
Yeah, and we can also find your Youth1 media profile on youth1.com as well. Go there, all the highlights, all his accolades, everything like that is kind of laid out for you. So you can see I'm not lying when I say this is one of the best athletes in the 2024 class. And Rahshan, it's a pleasure to talk to you as always. And well, real quick, are you going to be at the show this year?
Yes.
Okay, so that is where I will see you again, and I look forward to catching up with you then. Thank you for your time, man.
Thank you.